Doug here from the Pro Audio department, and whether we're selling microphones to our customers or one of our customers buys a guitar and is asking how to record it, some of the most frequently asked questions here at the shop are, where do I start? How do I get into recording my guitar that I just bought? Or, hey, I'm getting into recording, where do I begin? And acoustic guitar is a really good place to start because a lot of the principles that we're gonna work with will carry over to anything you record. So we're down here in the studio and we're gonna talk about recording acoustic guitar. Most simplest, easiest way to go is, and we're gonna pretend this flashlight's a microphone, is a small diaphragm condenser or a large diaphragm condenser, and you're just gonna come right in here where the neck meets the body. This is super simple. It's a mono microphone, it's a mono source, it's gonna get you a good sound. You don't wanna move the microphone around until it sounds pleasing as it's recorded, So, that can be up and down, it can be out, it can be a little bit closer, maybe start about 10 inches or a foot away, change the angle a little bit, but what you're doing is you're moving it here for taste. There's no you have to do this and it's gonna sound good. It's kind of you're moving it till it sounds good. Depends on the guitar, depends on the room, depends on the microphone, depends. So, as you're recording that, you're gonna say, hey, this doesn't have this big stereo image, it doesn't have the depth, it doesn't have just kind of the life that I'm used to hearing when I hear somebody else play guitar or I listen to other recordings. Most recordings, especially of acoustic guitar, are gonna be in stereo. 2 microphones. Easiest, most common practice is we talk about XY recording. What's nice about XY is you're not gonna have to do a phase. Phase is when there's a time difference between the source to the microphone, and so if one microphone is a foot away and one microphone is 2 foot away, what you're gonna find is either some of the treble is missing or boosted, some of the bass is missing or boosted, and it just kind of sounds weird, quite honestly. That's when you've got some phase issues. So XY is really handy because there's no phase, because of what's called a coincidental pair. A coincidental pair is when the mic capsules are essentially in the same place. So for XY, you're at 90 degrees, you've got one mic either on top of the other or one mic right next to each other. And this is super simple because it takes the guesswork of the phase completely out of the equation. There are no issues there. So same kind of thing, you're gonna have a microphone, still here around the neck joint of the body. I a lot of times say 12th fret. This is a 14 fret guitar, so of course it's where the neck meets the body. And I have that other microphone in here. I'm gonna try and do this with one hand, but essentially, you're gonna want to move this in a way, and you might move it in a little bit closer to the sound hole. You might leave it closer to the neck. What sounds good to you? Same thing, move it a little further away, move it a little closer, change the angle, but get a good sound. The reason this is gonna add depth to your recording, it's gonna make it sound a little more natural or even a little bit more live, like what you're used to hearing, is your ears work in stereo. So these 2 microphones, one pan left, one pan right, are now getting a slightly different sound. And so you're kind of hearing different things happening on the left and right, and that gives you your stereo image. So with that said, XY is great, super mono compatible. No matter what you do in your mix, you're gonna be able to at least get down to one mic. If the mix gets really, really dense, you can always go down to that one mic that's around the neck joint. But again, XY is kind of boring. It doesn't have this really larger than life sound. So dense mixes, or you're doing like a rhythm guitar that's gonna be buried in the mix, XY can be great. Okay, you're doing like a singer-songwriter thing. It's only gonna be 5, 6, 8 tracks with some vocals and other small things, and you want just this sound that is big and it's like really coming at you from both sides and there's a lot happening. Well, you'll see a lot of our videos where still have that microphone here around the neck joint, which again, allows you to always have something that's mono compatible kind of no matter what. But then with this other mic, and it can be the same mic as this one. If these are both small diaphragm condensers, they can both be small diaphragm condensers. This can be a ribbon, this can be a large diaphragm condenser. If you change it, this is just gonna make the stereo image even bigger. But this other mic, you'll see we do these videos where it kind of comes around the top like this, and you can kind of move it around till this mic sounds really good. Or if you've got a friend with you in the studio, they can kind of move their head around and use their ear, and where's the guitar projecting the way you want to capture it. And that's where you want to put this mic. Kind of aiming at the sound hole, aiming at the body. You're gonna get kind of a bigger, deeper sound out of this mic. You're gonna get kind of a tighter, more detailed sound out of this mic, and when you pan them and blend them, you get this big stereo image. Now, the problems with doing this kind of just A-B space pair is you can have phase. Maybe this mic is 10 to 12 inches away, maybe this microphone's more like 2 feet away, and so there is gonna be some phase issues in there. All right, so if you read the textbooks, that's bad. But But if you listen to your ears, sometimes it's good. So this is why you gotta use your ears. So thanks for tuning in, guys. So this is really going through kind of the beginnings to some more advanced techniques for recording acoustic guitar. Please subscribe to our channel, and we're gonna be doing more and more of these tips and tricks. And if there's something you wanna see us talk about, whether it's something like very beginner, something easy, or something a little bit more advanced, comment below, let us know what you wanna see, and tune in and we'll get you guys more tips and tricks. Thanks again.